One destiny, one devotion. In 1917, St. Petersburg was known as Petrograd. The First World War was on its third winter, and the long-suffering people of the city are hungry. A 21-year-old artist and a graduate of the Pavlov Military Academy is back home in Petrograd after spending 2 years on the front fighting the Germans and Austro-Hungarians. He was wounded 7 times and discharged from the army with the rank of a captain. With the Tsar's abdication and arrest and no one to replace him, the revolution appears unstoppable. And yet the Great War is still on. The Germans are still on the attack. He joins the Territorial Army in Leningrad and goes on the front once more. This is no time for art. Stocks of bread are about to be rationed. A shortage of everything means many are queuing all night long, sometimes for just a piece of loaf. And people are fed up. But things only get worse. There are so many fractions, many different armies, each with different goal in mind and very different colors. In 1918, from the Territorial Army, he gets mobilized into the Red Army. In 1919, he is imprisoned by the Don Cossacks and sent to internment camp, where he is infected by typhoid fever. This again is no time for art. In 1920, the camp together with the hospital is evacuated to Constantinople and from there to Gallipoli, where it stays for a year. So does the artist. In 1921, by train from Thessaloniki, he reaches Yugoslavia. A refugee, an expatriate, he starts his obligatory 15-month-long military duty for his newfound country of residence, a border guard on the Lake Prespa. He has, finally, a time to paint. Bitola, 1922. Ivan Yustin Melnikov is about to begin his next part of his life. A civilian now, a painter. The town has, as Ivan himself, seen much more than its share of war and destruction. Known for its culture, music and photography, a meeting point between the East and the West, Bitola is now a shadow of its former self. But the time has come for Melnikov to arrive. From 1922 to 1935, he works in the Orthodox religion institutions, studying the Byzantine art of icon painting in Macedonia. He sketches a great number of frescoes and folk costumes and starts receiving many invites to do fresco painting. He works all the time, because you see, he's dedicated. It seems his new home needed him as much he needed it. He begins to teach and also begins his set design work in the theater. By 1954, his works, paintings and icons, which he meticulously keeps records of, reach 5,504. Also, more than 50 set designs, and his students become the next generation of painters and teachers. One man becomes the unsung artist far away from home. His strange destiny, guided by war, brings humanity, spirituality, and art to another land, which has also, by the way of war, lost a part of its own in a wonderful twist of fate. This is the story of Melnikov.